Hi, I'm John Marvellis, a fitness and fat loss expert here at Fit for Life. I'm so glad you made it to this video because today I'm going to show you what the number one thing to achieving your fat loss goals is. Now, a lot of you have probably heard of Zig Ziglar. He is one of my favorite people to follow, and I admire him for many reasons. One of them being he has a lot of quotables. One of my favorite Zig Ziglar quotes is, "Help enough people get what they want, and you will get everything you want." And that's one of the principles that I try and build Fit for Life on. I really believe that if I can help enough people find their fat loss goals and get what they want in terms of turning their bodies and their self-confidence and just transforming themselves into the better versions of themselves, that is what I will get out of everything we do if I can help enough people do that. But I heard a story about him today, and I think it's really important for anyone who is especially at the start or trying to start or even trying to get started on any kind of a fat loss program. And Zig Ziglar actually was not very good at speaking, motivating, selling, or anything that he initially started doing when he first started out his career. He had to beg the company to give him his job, and he'd been at it for 2.5 years, and he wasn't very good at it. And he kept giving himself excuses in his head. He was in a small town. He was from a small town. No one in his town ever really amounted to anything, so he probably wasn't going to either, and on and on and on. And he was attending, to get his job, he had to promise the company that he would attend every training session that was available. And he did for 2.5 years. And this one day he came to a training session that was led by one of his mentors, one of the people who he admired more than almost anyone else in the world. And he came and, he sat through the training session. And at the end of that training session, his mentor pulled him aside and said, "Zig, I'm really disappointed in you." Now you can imagine for, someone starting out, not struggling with their career, to hear your mentor say, "I'm disappointed in you," was a big shock. But the good part about this story is that his mentor then told him, "You have a lot of potential. I see something in you. You could be a national champion. You could be the best at your job out of anyone in this company if you live up to your potential." And he kind of sat him down, gave him a little talk, and told him that he really saw something in him and that he could really achieve it. And from that day on, Zig Ziglar, who was already disciplined and doing the right things, he just didn't believe in himself, went on to become the second best performing person in that company, later broke all kinds of records for performance, and now is probably one of the best known, I would say, motivational speakers of all time. And it's all because it all started with someone who believed in him. And this is something that I think is extremely important, especially for someone trying to make a change, physical change in their bodies and start a weight loss program. I think a lot of people have tried things that they don't believe in. All they need is just that little bit of belief, whether it's from them or someone they care about, that can push them and say, you can do this. So I hope that this is kind of that wake-up call to anyone who's listening to this who maybe doesn't feel like they can do it. Maybe is struggling with, I'll never get back to that weight. I'll never fit into those jeans that I love so much again. I'll never feel like I did in this picture. It was 10, 15, 20 years ago. Well, I'm here to tell you that you can do it. No one might have the challenges you face through your schedule. Every person is unique, but that uniqueness is something special in you that you can make that change. I don't know what it is if I haven't met you yet. I'm very blessed to have a lot of people watching these videos who I have never met, and I'm very blessed to meet several of them, and I enjoy hearing stories. And there's something about you. I might not know what it is yet, but there is something about you that is special that no one else has, and that will spark you to make that change. So rather than focusing, as most people do, on why they can't make that change, what's difficult about their life, I want you to focus on something. Whether it's that you happen to get off at 3:30 and you have that little extra 30 minutes, whether it's you really like doing push-ups when most people seem to not like them, something about yourself, you really like eggs or some type of protein, find something about yourself. It doesn't have to be fitness or fat loss related. Find something about yourself that's unique and special, and you can do it. All of these pictures that I have behind me of these amazing ladies who have come into our place, none of them had very much confidence in themselves when they started. but they all have achieved. Almost everyone on this wall has lost 40 plus pounds. I have other pictures on this wall here. All you have to do is start with a little bit of belief, and that's what we try to give you when you come in here. But even if you're not coming in here, you need to find someone who believes in you, who can hold you accountable to your goals, whether that's a friend, a spouse, a trainer, whatever it is. And most importantly, you need to believe in yourself that you can do it. I hope this helped a little bit. That's one of my favorite stories. Hopefully you found some kind of application to your life and got something out of this, whether you're a client here at Fit for Life just needing that little extra push, or you're just sitting at home trying to find the confidence to start a program. So I'm John Marvels, fitness and fat loss expert at Fit for Life, and I hope you got something out of this video.